Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, where we take a look at some of the awesome news and reveals of this week. First up on the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, we have a look at the Transformers Liokaiser HasLab over at Hasbro, and we have a bit of an update. It finally hit 18,000 backers, which means now all 3 tiers are unlocked with 5 days left as of recording for you to pick this up. You will get everything included with it. You'll get Death Cobra, you'll get the nunchucks, you'll get the base/flight stand, which I know a lot of people keep saying base and they're not talking about this part of it. It is a flight stand, if I remember correctly. Evan told someone, I think at the OmegaCon in Florida when they revealed it, that the base should be able to separate and have the 3 jets flying on it. I don't know if that changed, but hopefully it didn't. Hopefully it's still going to be a function of it. So if you want to have them in vehicle mode, you can have the 3 jets on little flight stands. But this is just awesome. Now we got all 3 tiers. You get everything included. So the price of it is, now, because I know with these HasLabs, the tiers are part of the price. That's why it's really important for the HasLab to get to its final tier, because part of that cost is those tiers. So as someone who did back this and I'm very excited for it, I really appreciate the whole community backing this so that we could get everything. I think this is now 4 for 4 when it comes to HasLabs, where we've had a really successful campaign on them when it comes to Transformers, so I'm very excited for that. Now we just have to eagerly wait for it to get here once it's finished being produced and everything like that. I know people are excited about Omega Prime soon coming. So that's a little news that someone in New Zealand got once they showed it off. So there's been news bouncing around about that. But just very exciting to see that the Liokaiser is doing really well. And I'm looking forward to it when it comes out. And more Transformers news. We have a look at 2 items. One is a Hasbro item from the Transformers team, and that is of a reissue of Devcon. From the Legacy line. This was a figure that I believe was towards the end of the wave of whatever Legacy. I think it was Legacy United or Evolution. I can't remember which one. And it became kind of hard to get, like Beachcomber. So it kind of skyrocketed in the aftermarket. So they're giving us another run at it. And it is a Target exclusive with limited quantities on Pulse. I will have both the links in the description down below for this if you missed and you want to get it. It is also part of a Target Transformers program where every Thursday this month there will be a new item, which means tomorrow there'll be another item. We kind of already know what it might be. I think it's going to be the Perceptor 3-pack with the mini cassettes. We'll have to see. And then the final Thursday, the rumor is that it's going to be the Devastation Trooper 2-pack. So that's very exciting. Hopefully that is true. Both those sets I'm very excited for. This I don't really need because I got Devcon back in the day, but if you need it, now's your chance to get it. And then the next item is the Fury models from Flame Toys, I believe. Is doing another RC. This time they're doing her Titan Hunter color scheme with the blacks and the pinks instead of the whites and the pinks. So if you really like that model kit the first time around, I know I built one. I thought it was really cool. Same with like the Windblade and the rest of the Fury model kits. I love the Hot Rod IDW one. I know they're doing a reissue of that one soon, and there's been a lot of people excited about that. So this is really excited to get this. I hope this means we might get the Windblade in her Titan Hunter color scheme, and maybe they'll finally give us a Chromia so we can have her in both. So you have all 3 of the Titan Hunter fembots together. Just really awesome Transformers news. And we're not done yet. And even more Transformers news on top of that. A lot of Transformers this week. This is more Japanese based. The Takara Tomy team is doing their own take on a almost kid line of stuff. And it is that of the Transformers Wild King or Wild Kings. I hope I said that right. And it is going to be a combiner gimmick kind of style, like a mixture of Transformers and Megazords, where Optimus and Megatron can combine with these wild beast transforming robots. So it's kind of, apparently it takes place at a universe where Optimus and Megatron have put aside their differences, and the Decepticon and Autobots aren't fighting anymore, and Megatron goes to the planet to check it out, and then radio contact gets cut. Optimus goes to investigate and finds Megatron fused together with a T-Rex Transformer character who is a pirate T-Rex captain, which is really cool. and Optimus has to team up with a giraffe to fight him, and there'll be like a mini series on the YouTube channel for Takara and Transformers, and there'll be these toys. I'm hoping we might see them come through fan channel here in the US, like Big Bad Toys and Entertainment Earth, or maybe even Hasbro will sell them, because they look really cool. I want the elephant ones shown here, and I really like the Triceratops, and just all of them look really cool. And there's going to be more characters later on. And then of course we have this really awesome Optimus and Megatron that can combine with them, and each of them get their limbs, and they have these elements, which kind of gives me, you know, flashbacks to the Cyber Keys or the, you know, Power Rangers elements and stuff. So you've got like a grass character, a fire character, a electric character, and a water character. So really cool. And in G.I. Joe toy news from Hasbro, we have a look at the fan stream that happened on the 18th and what was revealed and what went up for pre-order. First up, the items that went up for pre-order were the Frag-Viper, the Darklon, the Footloose, and the Torch, and then also Law & Order, and then the Snake Armor, and the Diver 2-pack, which was a Target exclusive with limited quantities on Hasbro. The Snake Armor was exclusive to Hasbro. It does not come with the vehicle, it does not come with the driver, so you have to put your pre-existing figures in it. So if you have a Cobra Trooper, or, you know, a character you want to put in it, you can. They showed off everything about it, all the details, how it can fit most figures in it that are the standard size, how you can put all the different accessories on, and, you know, have hands and laser guns and missiles and flamethrowers and everything like that. As of the recording, I think the Snake Armor did sell out for pre-order. So did the Divers. I don't know if they're still on Target, but I have all the links in the description down below. All the other figures were available at all major retailers and e-tailers. If you wanted to pick them up, they will be on store shelves in summer and fall. We also got some digital render reveals of what looked like young Hawk with a missile set to go on the back of the Vamp, kind of like the back of the Hiss tank or the Stinger with the missiles. That came out a while back with the Tech Viper. Then we're going to get a version, I think, for Snake Eyes, where it's got the blues and blacks and the cool goggles. And then we're going to be getting a retro carded, they're only going to do 2 retro carded figures in this last wave of the year, and it is a green shirt troop builder and a bat, which is another troop builder. So 2 troop builders. Emily said your winter troop builders, your holiday troop builders, and there'll be the 2 of them, so we'll probably get 4 of each in a case. If they do 2 separate, if they do 1 case, if they do 2 separate cases, you could get 8 of each. It'd be cool to see that flooding the shelves. I'm very excited for both of these because the bat looks more classic, and I like that look. And the green shirt just is really awesome, and it has the ability to switch heads and stuff like that and troop build with it. We also got a look at, I believe, some name-only reveals with some photos. We're going to get a character I don't know off the top of my head. I believe it's one of Slaughter's characters or someone, I can't remember. You'll see the image and know. And then we're also going to get Armored Cobra Commander, which I'm very excited about. And then what were the other 2 we were getting? They're imaged here. I just pulling a blank right now. I can't see the images while I'm recording right now, but just a lot of amazing figures, both revealed and digitally, and name drops and the things. Oh, and then we also got a look at the Cold Slither set from Comic-Con for the G.I. Joe Classified. We got another look at the packaging, and then we also got a look at the Zartan and his disguised band member outfit, which looks really cool. And they talked a little bit about it and how there's actually, the song is on YouTube on their Hasbro YouTube if you want to go listen to it. So it's really cool. And in more Comic-Con news and Hasbro news, we had a look at another exclusive. This time from the Ghostbusters. They're going to be doing a glow-in-the-dark set of the real Ghostbusters figures. So it's all 4 of the characters, but they're glow-in-the-dark, really cool looking. I'm tempted because I am a big fan of glow-in-the-dark, but I don't know if I want to get these because it's just another, you know, glow-in-the-dark item to throw on the shelf. But it's definitely something cool. I was actually excited to see anything Ghostbusters be announced for Comic-Con, because I don't think they've had an exclusive since the Ecto Prime, where he transformed into a Ghostbusters truck. That was kind of a collab, so this is really exciting. This means that now we know our G.I. Joe exclusive being the Cold Slither set, we know our Transformers exclusive set being the Void Rivals Jetfire with the 2 characters exclusive set, and now we know a Ghostbusters one. So we've got 3 exclusives already revealed. It's probably just down to Marvel and Star Wars now, and maybe Magic the Gathering, D&D, or any other things they might throw out there. It's really exciting not knowing what Hasbro might bring to the summer convention, being Comic-Con. So I'm very excited to see what they do, and I'm also excited to see what they announce for the Pulse Con later this year, because they usually do that at Comic-Con during the press breakfast. So just really awesome stuff. Very excited for this exclusive for the fans of Ghostbusters to have something to look forward to during the convention. And over at Super 7, we had seen news about the Where the Wild Things Are reaction figures coming out of Super 7 during Toy Fair, but we did not know what characters we were getting, what product we were getting, how much of it. Well, now here we have a look at 4 of the characters from Where the Wild Things Are being made into reaction figures. I am very excited for this because there hasn't been a lot of merchandise for Where the Wild Things Are in a while. I mean, there's been the occasional plushes at, bookstores, there's the book, but there's never really been like figures. So this is kind of cool for anyone who's a toy collector who also liked this book as a kid, to finally have some plastic representation of their characters they grew up with on their shelf. I'm curious to see if we might get ultimate figures of these, so you could have, more articulated versions and stuff like that, or if it's just reaction, or if they end up doing reaction plus. I'm assuming they're just reactions at this point, and depending on how well they do, we'll decide if they decide to make more merchandise. But usually when Super 7 gets a license, they try to get a little bit out of it, more than just, a couple of figures. They might do some, vinyl things, or maybe a shirt, or some hats, or something like that, or some glassware. But it's really exciting to see the Where the Wild Things Are get, some awesome merchandise out of Super 7. I always laugh because San Francisco is where Super 7 is. And I remember back in the day, San Francisco had a mall where you could actually go to an area that had the night kitchen and Where the Wild Things Are and all this cool exhibits that were based off the book. So it's kind of cool to see Super 7, having these toys as a licensed and stuff like that. And they are based out of San Francisco, so that's kind of cool. Let me know in the comments down below if you're excited for this, if there's another kind of, nostalgia book series you'd love to see Super 7 get their hands on and make toys. I know they already did the Richard Scary stuff, and they've already done all kinds of other things. It'd be cool to see them do the Berenstain Bears, or the Berenstain Bears? Berenstain Bears? I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, how you actually say it. But yeah, just some really cool news. And probably one of the most exciting things I saw this week that got me excited and eager to see what is going to be coming out of this. But Lego and Pokemon are teaming up. It looks like Lego is going to be making Pokemon sets and Pokemon stuff come 2026. So hopefully we'll see something during the summer or fall, during the convention era. During the convention time, for like Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con or something like that, or whenever they have conventions later on this year, that maybe Lego will bring some of these sets to show off. I'm curious to see if they're going to be minifigures, or if they're going to be building sets like, the Optimus Prime and the Bumblebee. Maybe we'll get like a Pikachu you get to build. It is also very interesting because Mega Constructs was making Pokemon brick toys for a while. And I know that Mattel now is not doing Mega Constructs, but they're doing Mattel Bricks, where they're going to start doing their own Mattel kind of brick system and everything. They showed that off at Toy Fair. So I'm curious if this means that Mattel and Mega Constructs don't have the license to do Pokemon anymore, and the sets that came out are it. Because I know when I go to Target right now, the only Mega Construct stuff I see is Pokemon. I don't think they do any Halo stuff very much anymore. There's some Hot Wheels at Walmart, but most times when I go to Target and Walmart, it's just Pokemon Mega Constructs. So I'm curious to see if that's maybe why Mattel is not doing Mega Constructs anymore, and they're moving to their own brick system, because the Pokemon license is going to Lego, so they can do all kinds of Lego Pokemon. But I'm just very excited for this. I'm hoping they show off more stuff before 2026 so that we can get kind of excited about it. I know Pokemon is very popular right now. I'm sure you've seen all the craze over the Pokemon cards and all the different games and stuff like that. But it's going to be even more fun to see Pokemon and Lego kind of collab. And over at Jetta Toy News, we've been getting a lot of new Street Fighter figures. We just got a WonderCon exclusive of the Bruce Lee looking character. I forget his name off the top of my head. And we've got in Player 2 versions of Chun-Li, and we got the evil Ryu, and we got the white suited Ken. So now we are going to be getting, I believe it is Guile in his blue camo outfit. And I've been skipping a lot of the Player 2 outfits because I'm okay with just having the one character and stuff like that. I don't want to have too many of the same character. But it's one of those things where this outfit is actually kind of, tempting to get him in, because I remember in the movie he wore his blue outfit, not the green outfit. And then on top of that, I think there was even some games where his player one outfit was blue. I could be wrong, but it just looks really cool too. And I like that they actually gave him a dog tag with the chain, with the actual like metal and stuff like that. And he's got his comb and everything, but just a really awesome looking figure. At this point, I believe it is, I don't know which store is getting it. It could be Big Bad Toys, could be Entertainment Earth, could be a WonderCon exclusive or the future Comic-Con exclusive. I don't know too much off the top of my head right now. I just saw this and got really excited and wanted to cover it here because Jetta Toys has been killing it when it comes to the Street Fighter stuff. They're doing their Mega Man stuff. They're now doing Cyberpunk and Scooby-Doo. And I just keep hoping they'll get more licenses. They're also doing their serial character stuff. I know I'm very excited to see Jetta Toys when I go to Comic-Con this year, to see what they are going to offer and what they're going to have for product that are going to be coming out in 2026 and late 2025. I'm just very excited for that. And in comics we think look incredible this week that we are looking forward to reading. First up, we have Skybound Entertainment's G.I. Joe number 5 with this really awesome Destro cover art. Very excited to see where the G.I. Joe is going. Then we have Sam Wilson Captain America number 3. Very excited to see what's going on there. We know that Sam is, doing his Captain American things, working with the Falcon, the new Falcon, and they're doing stuff. And this is, kind of, people are excited about this comic series because of the the Captain America movie that just came out. So it's kind of interesting to see what they do in the comics when there's a movie out. And then we have Boom Studios Power Rangers Prime number 5. This has been a fun series so far. Lots of cool stuff going on with this, alternate kind of Power Rangers stuff where it's like what we can do in comics is so much more than what we can do in TV. I feel like Power Rangers is really succeeding in comics more than TV right now, and that a lot of people are sad there's no TV show for it or product, but the comics are doing a really good job. And then finally, I believe it's Dynamite Studios is doing Red Sonja Attacks Mars number 1, which I thought this looked really cool. It takes 2 licenses that are really fun. Red Sonja from, the whole sword and sorcery stuff, and then Attacks Mars, which is, the Mars attacks Martians, and so she's murdering them. It looks like in this cover. It's really interesting, definitely adult oriented, but really cool comic. So those are the comics this week that we thought looked really cool. Let me know in the comments down below what comics you're excited about this week, and like always, stop at your local comic shop, pick up your saver, and see what's new. And in our creative corner this week, we have a look at an awesome Instagram page of at war_weasel_83. And if you are a fan of Battle Beast like me, or the idea of customs and figures and stuff like that, this is the page for you. They have a ton of amazing figures they've custom made using other toys to make the Battle Beast characters, but in a more larger scale. So we've got one that I'm a fan of, Sledgehammer Elephant, which is really cool looking. They've got all of the different Battle Beasts so far that they've been able to custom make with other pre-existing toys. Looks like a lot of Four Horsemen Studios, maybe some McFarlane, other things that they converted into Battle Beast. You've got the main hero of the good guys side with the lion character. We've got the giraffe character, the elk or deer character. I feel bad I don't know all their names off the top of my head. But then they've got the cool rub signs, but they're already showing of like fire, wood, and water, which, if you remember correctly, Battle Beast had a kind of rock, paper, scissors mechanic where you'd rub the chest and then it would show off what their element is, and then based on the elements, it's like, rock, paper, scissors. And there's just tons of different ones. We've got some photos here of like the full cast kind of in a photo, and they've just done a really incredible job on making these customs, and it makes me kind of want to try to make my own Sledgehammer Elephant Battle Beast figure, because that is one of my closest favorite like toys that sit on the shelf of like random stuff that I have. Because Battle Beast is technically in the same universe as in the same universe as Transformers and the Rock Lords and the GoBots. They all kind of, in a way, have worked with each other throughout the years. I'm pretty sure Battle Beast is actually in the same universe as Transformers, if I remember correctly. I know in the comics they've kind of crossed paths, but I'm just very excited to see this kind of work. It's just really detailed, really well done. The photos are incredible. It's also kind of in the same, toy photography also can be thrown into this. So customization, toy photography, art, just amazing creative stuff here. Definitely give them a follow like the stuff that you see on their page, share it with other fans of Battle Beast that you know, kind of just get this stuff out there to the fans and stuff like that so they know about it, because I think this is a really awesome idea. Everyone talks about bringing Battle Beast back, and a lot of people I talk to, they kind of want something. I know they did do another Battle Beast. I think it was like Beast Warriors or something like that. They did a while ago. Takara or Bandai or something like that did a kind of reboot one. But it would be cool to see Battle Beast in the sense of like this, where they're just, you know, upscaled figures that are articulated, that are awesome. So I just thought this was a really cool idea and wanted to share it here. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you're feeling generous, share it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.